Good morning, and welcome to another episode of STEM Africa. In today's video, we're going to ask a few questions about Africa, right? So the question that comes to mind today is, why is Africa not industrialized? Okay. As we speak in 2021, there is not one African country that is fully industrialized or 50% industrialized. And we're talking over 50 countries on a continent with almost all the resources on planet Earth. I mean, there's very few resources you can find outside of Africa that are not present in or on the continent of Africa. So we want to delve into why, although the rest of the world comes to Africa to mine these minerals and resources, however, the African people themselves have not been able to or see it fit to mine these resources and minerals for themselves. And then on the flip side of things, these resources are mined and harvested by other countries to create products in those countries, and then you find out that those products get imported back into Africa because the African people like the finished goods, right? So it's kind of a weird symbiotic relationship where you have John here. John is sitting on land, and John has timber, and John has gold and bauxite and everything over here, but John will never mine these things for himself. He'll just go about, have his farm and his kids, and they do their singing and dancing. They have their festivals, they have their cultural customs and norms. And then all of a sudden, Robert shows up with a bicycle, and John's children like the bicycle because it's fun, right? They see Robert's children riding the bike. They also want to ride the bike too, so they like the finished product. But Robert himself came to Africa to mine rubber, to mine metals for creating a bicycle. Right? Because he has a vision. He wants to create a bicycle. The people on the land don't have a vision to create a bicycle, right? So this guy comes in, digs the land, takes everything for cheap, and then goes back to Europe with these resources and then creates a bicycle. And then the Africans see the bicycle and say, oh wow, look at this fun thing. It's cool, it's beautiful. How can we get one? And John says, well, I'm going to charge you $50 million for this. All right, I'll take your daughters and your kids for this stuff. And then the guy says, oh yeah, well, take my kids, I'll have more, right? So it's a weird thing to look at, where people sitting on all these resources don't have a vision for the resources. But then the people that have resources, that have a vision for the resources, they come in, they mine these resources, they extract it, however they do it, and then they sell these products. Of course, they use it over there in Europe as well, but then they sell it to the Africans for higher cost, and then the Africans buy it happily, and they don't understand that they could mine this stuff on their own land and produce the bicycle in their own countries, right? So we're going to spread this thing out. We're going to look at some data. We're going to look at some history. We're going to do some commenting and commentary, and we're going to find out why this is so. Why do you have a continent that has all the resources, yet the people that live there, A, do not know they're sitting on all these resources, B, don't see the point of utilizing these resources and extracting them, C, have no vision to convert these resources into anything else, right, other than dirt, you're sitting on dirt and rocks. And then, D, you find out that you need to be industrialized to convert natural resources into finished goods. You need to be industrialized. And industrialization is a big, hard task. First, you have to build factories, meaning you have to sit down and design these factories. You have to plan it. It takes time. You have to design it. You're going to fail. You're going to have to continue doing this. You're going to have engineers and project managers, and you're going to have to do at least 10 years of just non-stop everyday work to industrialize and have these machines sitting there ready to turn rubber into, raw rubber into tires and stuff, right? So I think that's the part that Africa is missing, where they don't have the infrastructure. I mean, you can't blame anyone. You have to blame yourself, right? For not having what you don't have. That's just the natural, the